Good morning.
It is.
So, it feels like lately that the buffet is larger and the manifestations come quickly. And we have constant stimulation.
Why would the buffet be larger?
My awareness. I mean, it feels, now there's this.
And because life has caused you to create a bigger buffet. You've lived longer, you've asked for more, and more has been given. And so there's more for you to choose from.
Right. So, and I feel this constant stimulation, which is fun, and it feels really wonderful in some way. But with that, and I understand I'm just not flowing, I'm not staying up with the flow, but my question is, at the same time, to me, time feels compressed, and my daily routine feels overwhelming because of this faster flow.
All right, now, we appreciated everything that you said here, and we want you to give that to us one sentence at a time, starting at the top, just like you did.
Okay.
Say those same things to us again and stop after each sentence.
Okay. We have constant, it feels like lately that the buffet is larger and the manifestations come quickly.
All right, so the buffet is larger and manifestations come quickly. Is that statement a feeling of flow or a feeling of binding? We're not asking about the literal words. We're asking about how it felt when she said it. Is she bound or flowing? All right, next sentence.
Okay. We have constant stimulation.
Constant stimulation, meaning plenty to make you want, plenty to inspire you to new. So does that feel bound or flowing? A little of both. More flowing than the previous, but you can feel she's leading to a big but.
Well, my next sentence, this feels wonderful to me. No, I didn't feel that either.
I'm oblivious to how I feel. Next.
So, however, at the same time feels compressed and my daily routine feels overwhelming because of this faster flow.
Time feels compressed. It feels like I don't have enough time to do everything and I feel overwhelmed. Does that feel like clogged or flowing?
Clogged.
So there's no hope for you at all. So you can just everyone can, you can just do a better job now that you know that you've got clogged pipes and that your only intention is to ease that up. In other words, your job's not to explain anything to the world. Your job's not to figure everything out all at once. Your job's not to restate what's in your vortex. Your job's not to convince the universe that you're worthy. In other words, everything is in place. You have one very simple objective, and that is to get the flow going, and you can do it by your attention to something. Now, you could hit it head on and try to find better feeling words about this, or you could find other things that just feel better when you think about them. It doesn't matter, because you don't have to stay on the subject that seems responsible for the clogging. You just need to get off the subject that is responsible for the clogging. Do you hear that? You just got to get off the clogging subjects and on the free-flowing subjects. And often they're different subjects. Abraham, so if I just focus on good-feeling things and I stay off the subjects that have been clogging my pipes, are you saying my pipes will run clear again? We say not those, but you'll build new ones. You'll route new ones. You'll route new ones. You'll learn a new path. Those clogged pipes could stay clogged for a really long time, and only occasionally will show themselves to you. And eventually, if you've rerouted around them enough, those pipes will blow clear again eventually.
Okay.
But you don't ever blow them clear by hitting them head on. That clogs them up. That's what pushing against is.
Okay.
This is really good, isn't it?
Yes.
So now you're feeling better, and everyone is too. So now take those statements again. Let's see how the new pipes are doing with those. So say it again.
Okay. It feels like lately that the buffet is larger and manifestations come quickly.
Yes. Isn't that a wonderful thing? What else?
Yes. We have constant stimulation.
Ooh. Ooh. All kinds of new stuff floating your court. What else? Anybody got a little goosebump going on?
Yes. This feels wonderful to me.
What else?
Oh, I don't know. I was good with that.
You were really good. Really good. It's just a given. You feel wonderful. That's normal.
Okay.
What else?
The other one doesn't feel good.
All right,
so I don't want to say it.
Say it because we're going to reword it because it no longer applies. It'll feel weird coming out of your mouth. What was it?
Yes. However, at the same time, time feels compressed in my daily
Time
routine.
used to feel compressed. I used to feel overwhelmed, but no more. I feel focused. I feel energized. I feel alive. I feel powerful. I feel sure-footed. I feel eager. I feel all things are possible.
Yes.
Don't you?
Yes.
We agree.
That's it. I'm complete.
Really good.
So I don't have a question. I have just two requests. You already answered the first question, but I just want the request now. We talked about, and I wanted to talk about just other people's opinions really should have no bearing on my life. So,
Well, that's what Jerry was saying to Esther. If you just foster your own and line up with the source within you and practice it until you own it, until it's steady and sure and therefore easy to come by because you've practiced it, then when someone else's opinion enters the picture, it bounces off of you. If it's been bothering you and it enters the picture, it'll come right in and poke you around.
Yes. Okay, so I really would I wanted you to just zap me with that, but I need to practice that.
Want to do it?
I would love that. Yeah.
Let's reroute some pipes. So, for example, when someone's opinion bothers you, for example, if you want.
Well, I have a person in my life that I really respect their opinion on many things, but...
All right, stop right there.
Okay.
Stop right there. Does that statement, is that a pipe unclogger or a pipe clogger?
Clogger.
This person is usually right. What if they're right about their negative opinion about me? How about, now, this is going to surprise you, but how about this for an unclogging statement? That is an opinionated person.
That's unclogging?
Well, it's sort of free-flowing. In other words, some opinions are good, that person feels strongly about things.
That's true.
That person feels strongly about things, and that person says what they feel strongly about. And that person has the right to feel strongly about everything that is perceived.
Yes. No, this person is a genius because they practice their opinion daily. They practice what you talk about.
Okay, so a genius. This is a genius who doesn't have a good opinion about me. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably sucky. They're probably right about that too. I should just give up on myself. Or I should try really hard. Oh no, I know what I'll do. I will practice good behavior when I'm around that person. So now, think about practicing good behavior. Can you feel your pressure tank about to explode?
That's a lot of work.
As you're on good behavior around that person? And have you noticed you can't be good enough?
Never.
Their opinion seems to move around just to focus on your flaws. So that's not working out very well, is it?
No.
So what might you say? How are you going to make an end run around that? How are you going to lay new pipe? How are you going to lay new open valve pipe? How are you going to allow what's flowing to you, what you've been asking for, how are you going to allow it to flow? On that statement, what might you say that lets it flow a little better?
Well, I love my opinion actually a lot.
That's pretty head on, but you do have good opinions, don't you? I have good opinions.
Oh, yeah.
We weren't born to agree with each other.
That's a good
Who were you born to agree with?
my inner being.
Really? What do you think this emotion is telling you? That guy's opinion and my inner being's opinion are different.
Yes.
Why would I clog up my pipes over that bogus opinion?
No good reason.
So now you can selectively sift and appreciate that person about this and about this and about this and about this and about this, just not about that. Because most people are not holding you as their object of attention long enough to really practice themselves into a really good vibration. There's too many people for them to focus upon. And most people aren't spinning on their grid disc all the time in a good feeling place. So most people aren't going to give you what you want. You got to go get it for yourself. And once you get it, anybody in the vibrational vicinity will jump on with you and they'll like you.
Ooh.
But your goal isn't to be liked by them, or is it? Is your goal to be liked by them? Let's talk about that. Why not? Doesn't it feel good to be liked? So it's not your primary goal, but it is a benefit of alignment. But it's not what you're going for. What you're going for is harmony. Harmony with the flow. Because life has caused you to put a lot in your vortex, and you're wanting to experience the flow of that. Do you ever get it done? You don't ever get it done. Do you ever get it wrong? Can't get it wrong. Can't get it wrong because it's never done. So why the intense score taking? Why the intense score taking on this ever evolving, ever expanding becoming? You say. Do you think that through life that you've come to good decisions? Do you think that you're still in the process of formulating those decisions?
Yes.
Do you think that you're in the process of modifying decisions?
Yes.
Don't you think that everybody else is too?
They should be.
So, is it productive to try to, in any moment in time, understand everybody's decisions, understand your decisions, get it all lined up, and only go where the good decisions are? Is that even possible? That'll make you feel overwhelmed.
That's right.
That'll clog your pipes. Or does it seem more productive to just pay attention to your alignment, understanding that law of attraction will sift through all of the perspectives and all of the decisions and all of the vibrational points of attraction and all of the grids of all of the people that are all around, and that those in the vibrational vicinity of that which you are will, by powerful law of attraction, make their way into your experience for the enhancement of you and them and us and all that is.
That would be much easier.
So do you really care? Is it important at all to sift through opinions? Is it important to change an opinion? Esther realized the other day, was before she had written with Jerry, in a very intense effort to be understood. Because she'd come to a decision that she knew with everything in her was the right decision for her. But she felt like others needed to be convinced about it. And the more she tried to explain to them, the more she clogged her own pipes, and the worse she felt, which made her feel like she had to explain more, until it just got worse and worse and worse and worse, until the pressure tank is about to explode. Fortunately, you have sleep. And when you sleep, it takes the pressure off, because you can't stay focused. So then you have the opportunity of refocusing, you see. So your human effort, we love you so much, at being understood by those around you is the primary way you introduce pressure and resistance to your experience. And it'd be different if you could ever convince any of them, but we've never seen you effective of that with any of them. Because under those conditions, your power of influence is puny. Under those conditions, you don't make any headway. All you do, jam up your pipe. They've got their pipes jammed up. Now you're all efforting and you're all mad at each other about it and you're not flowing. Meanwhile, you could be. See?